Good morning, children. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to our sixth class. How are you all? What's the date today? 5th December 2020. What we were doing last class Saturday, right? All of you remember which lesson we were in last? Finish the lesson Habitat. Today we'll start separation of substances part 1. Okay? These are lengthy lessons, so we have to finish in two. I'll explain in 2 or 3 parts. So this is the starting. This first part of this lesson, separation of substances. What do we see? How do we move separate substances like in our kitchens and all, in our home? Earlier, nowadays, it's everything is refined and of good quality control also. Earlier it was not like that. Earlier in wheat and all, you can ask your parents and all, wheat and grains and all, they were stones. It would be dirty. It would be not like today's matter. Everything would be of sand or stones would be there in the wheat, in barley, in jawar and all. So we have to remove it. What are the different processes required in removing it? We'll see one by one in our lesson today. Separation of substances. The lesson's name is separation of substances. What is a mixture? Mixture is a material made up of two or more different substances which are physically combined. A mixture is a physical combination of two or more substances in which the identities are retained and are mixed in the form of solution, suspension, and colloids. What are the few examples of here separation? We see smoke and fog, dirt and water, sand, water and gravel, that is a cement, water and salt, sea water, understood? Potassium nitrate, sulfur and carbon, oxygen and water, petroleum hydrocarbons and fluid, fuel additives. Density, how you can tell it will float or sink? By the density. Density means what? Is the only thing affecting whether something is floats or sinks. If an object has higher density than the fluid it is density means something weight, more weight. The fluid can mean liquid or gas, it will sink. We'll see one by one. We'll see the example, then you will understand it clearly. It is said that low density, it will float on the top of the water. We can see it will float. Density is determined by an object's mass and volume, the weight of an object. When an object enters the water, two forces act upon it. It sinks because its weight is greater than the weight of the small amount of water it displaces. Understood? When you take a glass, everyone is drinking water every day, isn't it? In a glass only. You can do it now only, the experiment live. In that glass, put small objects like, okay, pen cap, a nail, or a small something, a toy. What happens? Which is lightweight, it will go down. It will settle down in the glass or bowl, whatever you have taken. Understood? What is higher density? It will float up only. Heavy than water, heavier than water, more weight than water. It will keep floating up only. You can see it. It will not go down. It will not settle in the water. It doesn't sink. Understood here? Float and sink difference. A huge boat, on the other hand, will float because even though it weighs a lot, it displays a huge amount of water that weighs even more. Understood? You can ask me, a boat is there in the. It is clear in this example. A boat is so big, teacher, in the ocean, but it sinks. Why? It will float up only. Why? Because the water is more than the weight of the float. Understood? Weight of the ship, weight of the boat. The ocean water is more. Got it? Objects like apples, wood, and sponges are less dense than water. They will float. You can see it up only. It will not go inside the water underneath. Many hollow things like empty bottles, balls, and balloons will also float. Understood, dear? That's because air is less dense than water. What do we come to know from that? That air is less dense than, understood, water. What happens when an object is placed in water? There are two primary forces acting on it. The force of gravity yields a downward force, and a buoyancy force yields an upward force. Understood? A downward force takes place, force of gravity. Upward force, force of buoyancy. If the gravitational force is less than buoyancy force, then the objects float. Object is a boat, for example. Otherwise, it sinks like a rock in the water. What are the different methods of separation which we are going to deal with in this lesson are? First one is hand picking, threshing, winnowing, sieving, evaporation, distillation, filtration or sedimentation, and last is a separating funnel. These are the methods which we are going to go through in our lesson. One by one, we'll go through each topic doing these experiments. For separating different kinds of vegetables from the mixture of vegetables in the basket. Just I have said that, isn't it? Is it clear? Hand picking is a homework. 6th class children, homework is in the video itself, in my slides itself. You'll again call me, I don't know why, 10 times, and everyone asks me differently. Examples, type methods of separation of substances first, which I have explained. Hand picking, write it with the diagram. Explain in 4 lines and send me 6th class. All children listen carefully. With one more type of hand picking which we are going to go through today. These two will be the example. Understood? This method of hand picking can be used for separating slightly larger sized impurities like the pieces of dirt, stone and husk from the wheat, rice or pulses. Handpicking is a convenient method of separating substances when the quantity of impurities is usually not very large. See, it's with the example also with the diagram in the picture. With the hand only they are separating it. Got it? Second method of separation is winnowing. Winnowing is a method in which heavier components of the mixtures are separated from the lighter particles with the help of wind. Understood? The air is blowing there, it is getting separated. See how the woman is standing there. This method is used for separating grains from husk after the process of threshing. Threshing is a process of separating grain from the chaff. Dirt particles can be removed from the grains by winnowing. Understood, children? Corns are separated from straw by winnowing. What is the example 6th class children? Is it clear? Homework is hand picking and winnowing. Explain it and write it. Hand picking, winnowing, decantation. Last but not the least, decantation for today. Third method of separation of substances. Decantation is a process to separate mixtures by removing a liquid layer that is free of participate, something liquid this is, or solid deposited from a solution. The purpose may be to obtain decant liquid free from particulates, or to recover the participate. Sedimentation and decantation methods are used for separation of insoluble substances which are heavier than liquids. Understood? In sedimentation process, heavier components of the mixture settles down. Just now we have seen like that same. Heavier particles settle down due to gravity. Decantation follows sedimentation. Decantation can be used to separate immiscible liquids that have different densities. For example, see in the diagram, when a mixture of water and oil are present in a beaker, understood, a distinct layer between two consistencies is formed with the oil layer floating on the top of the water layer. Oil will come on the top of the beaker, water will be down.